personal chef, recipe hoarder, and of course, lover of lemons. Glad you're with us today. Hopefully, we won't have too many internet uh, instances like we did last week, but we're here for you, and I have a surprise. Today, I am cooking some homemade mac and cheese and strawberry ice cream. I'm telling you, we're going to do it right here. But I am so excited, I can hardly talk because I have a little sous chef surprise for you today, and I'm going to introduce you to him right now. So come on over, Dylan. This is Dylan, everybody. He's my sous chef for the day. We got to figure out which camera we're on. Let's do this one. That's great. And Dylan's going to help me make some kid-friendly mac and cheese and strawberry ice cream, and I think we've decided to put some white chocolate chips in it too, did we? Yeah, so let's get started. We'd love for you to say where you're from, say hi, give us a like, a thumbs up, and so we can make sure that you're hearing us okay and everything is going perfectly. So you know what, Dylan, why don't you, I think we need some pepper. And so would you mind grinding some peppercorns for me? So Dylan's done some work in the kitchen before, but Dylan, I guess you're a Boy Scout, right?
Yes, I am a Boy Scout.
Wow.
I am a first class with Troop 639.
Wow, Troop 639. And what does first class mean?
So there's different stages. There's Scout, there's Tenderfoot, there's second class, first class, Star, Life, and then Eagle.
Wow, okay, and are you planning on going all the way through with scouting?
Yeah, I'm going to go all the way through.
Yeah, that's so awesome. That's really awesome. All right, let's take a peek and see how they look. I think that's perfect, perfect. Why don't you go ahead and just try to get some in that dish right there. Just so you know, everybody, we've done extreme hand washing. We've cleaned off our counters, we've sanitized, and we're all ready to go because we want to teach really good practices to our kids, right? And then Dylan can go back to a scout troop and he can actually, you know, teach them how to cook this or add his 2 cents into what he thought with it too. So that's awesome. So we're going to kind of be going back and forth with some different things to try to keep up our momentum. We just cooked the pasta, and how did we do our water, Dylan?
We salted it like the sea.
Salted it like the sea. And when we tasted it, it tasted like
the sea.
The sea, yay. Okay, so we want our bland pasta to be kicked up a notch, and that's waiting for us right over here. So we're actually going to get started with our strawberry mixture, and I am going to, there's really kind of a funny story because I love this Cuisinart ice cream maker. So Dylan, will you unplug that?
Yes.
And make sure that this is plugged in, so that's good. And this is the Cuisinart one from Williams-Sonoma. And you may remember, if you've seen one of my lives before, that I was going to make ice cream a few weeks ago, and I was sitting up here at the counter, and the back of the machine was facing me, and the cord was gone out of the back. It looked like somebody had cut it off. So I contacted Cuisinart, and no problem, they sent me back a machine. And I mean, doesn't that make you want to do business with them again? I mean, it absolutely does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bowl off. This is for just so you can look at that. And I'm going to grab the chilled bowl that's been in the freezer because you have to chill it ahead of time, right? So
yes, for 2 hours.
That's right, 2 hours. So Dylan, I'm going to give you the strawberry mixture here. Will you take this?
Yes, I
I'm
got
going to get in camera right over there, and I will grab the bowl. This. So the cool thing about it is that you can order extra bowls and stuff like that. So see where the bottom sort of seats?
Yes.
Right in there. So we're going to seat that right in there, kind of lock it in place. I'm going to turn it around so the controls face me. And make sure that that's kind of locked in there. And you know what, Del? We are going to stir up our strawberry mixture first. Let me get you a wooden spoon and just give that a quick stir. And this is kind of crucial because years ago, I thought, I had lost my instructions and I was too lazy to look them up. So I stuck in actually the churner for the ice cream. I stuck it in this way, which is wrong. I couldn't figure out, like after 30 minutes, why this stupid thing wasn't churning, and it was wrong. So it goes in with the ring on the top, just so you know. And okay, that's perfect, Dylan. Thank you. All right, so give me this.
Yes.
And I'm going to turn this on. I think I've got everything, don't I? I'm going to turn this on, and Dylan's going to slowly pour it right into this spout right there. So there we go. Oops. 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 So these were fresh berries, of course, guys. I mean, I guess you could do, frozen, but let me take that from there. But that's how easy it is. I mean, I had to prep this part before Dylan got here because it needed to be refrigerated for a couple hours. The strawberry mixture did, but there were fresh berries, heavy cream, milk, which, I mean, what's not to like about that, right? So we're just going to let this churn. It might take. Do you have a watch on you by chance? No. Oh, that's okay. We'll get a heads up. I'm kind of psychic these days. I'll kind of know when it's maybe 20 minutes or so, and we can check it out then. Okay. So all right, we're going to let this go, and then like toward the last few minutes, that's when we'll add the chocolate chips in. Okay. That's perfect. All right. So let's come over here. And in fact, I'm going to move this. So, have you made mac and cheese before?
Yes, I've made it on some of my Boy Scout campings, but I don't think I made it like this.
Okay, well there is like 100 ways, right, to make mac and cheese. So this is just one version. We're not going to do a roux today, just because we want to be a little bit quicker and not have to deal with that on the camera here. So I'm going to have Dylan butter the dish. And you know what, if you guys know me at all, you know I love Kerrygold butter. It's what I use all the time, and it's fabulous. So, and my cheese is in the freezer because when Dylan has to grate the cheese, right? I'm not going to make you do it that way. I'll let you use the machine. I thought it'd be kind of fun though to make him work for it, right? But we're going to put the cheese a little bit in the freezer so that it's a little bit easier to shred. So just for a few minutes. So let me grab a paper towel, and I will show you. I'll show you how to butter. It's probably easier right there. I'll show you how to butter this. Okay. I'm just going to take a cube. I kind of cubed this before, and I'm just going to generously butter the dish. And this is cool so that you don't get your hands full of butter, right? Super. I know, right? This butter is just so rich. Smell it. See? Super good. Super good. All right. So we're going to preheat our oven, and you guys know I use the Breville. I love it, love it, love it. It's also from Williams-Sonoma, but we're going to bake this at about 400 degrees. The pasta is al dente, and what does that mean?
You said it's for almost cooked, right?
It's almost cooked. We don't want it to be mushy, so we want our pasta to be al dente because it's going to continue baking in the oven. We want it to have a little texture in the chew. Okay, so I am going to put this on 400. And there we go. So, all right, Mr. Dylan.
Yes.
I am, sorry guys, bear with me here. We're trying to set things up so you can see everything. And so what I'd like you to do first is put a layer of pasta in the bottom. Just a small layer, and I'll take a peek when I get the chips, okay?
Should I use my, just pour it?
Use the spoon right there.
Alright.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. I think that's perfect. Yeah, so let's pop over and I'll have you do the cheese. You can just leave that there. And we'll have you come over here. So Dylan's going to take the blade out, being very careful with his hands, out of the Cuisinart, which is a really, really old Cuisinart, actually, by the way. And he's going to pop in that new blade very carefully around the edges. He's holding it, so and it will seat in there. Let's see. She says confidently, right? There we go, perfect. All right. So this is kind of a tricky part. There's plugging it in is helpful, right, guys? So how many of you are cooking with your kids, huh? Are you all doing that now? I guess there's been a lot of bakers out there and whatever, so let me double check. I'm just gonna make sure that this is, there we go. So that extra pushing it down there, seated it right in there, so it should be good to go. So it's going to kind of move a little bit when I give you the cheese. And you have the feed tube over there?
Feed tube is right there.
There you go. All right, so we're using 3 different kinds of cheese. We're using a sharp cheddar, an Irish cheddar. It's actually from Kerrygold as well. And then, what was the third one? Gruyere. That's what we're doing. We're using Gruyere. So, and we might throw some Parmesan. And I have got some panko if you want to put that on top too. So see, these need to go in the feed tube, so that might be a little thick. We might need to cut that down a little bit. All right, so I'm just going to cut this for Dylan. We'll start shredding it. Use that feed tube. Push it down. You probably want to put it in there before you start it. Perfect. And just lay it like that. Honey goes pretty fast. Woo! And you gotta hit it off. How cool is that, right? Isn't that so much easier than making me having to grate it, right? All right, we'll do this. There's another one. You want to make this super cheesy. Perfect. How about if I hand you the cheese? You can push it through, huh? And our ice cream is just having a heyday in there. So that is spring. Cream and milk and heavy cream. Shut off the machine first before you put it out. Okay, she might hurt. Perfect.
That's stuck in there.
It's okay. We'll figure it out. Dylan may be shredding the rest of that cheese himself, by the way, I'm telling you. Sorry guys, Dylan will entertain you right now with, Dylan, tell us something else about Boy Scouts while I try to figure this out.
So we usually do during the summer, have summer camps where we go on campouts for about a week. And we do, over the course of that time, we do 4 merit badges. And merit badges are things that we have to have for advance to either like Star, Life, and Eagle. You have to have 21 in total. And then I think you have to have 17 Eagles. And Eagle merit badges are outlined in silver. And you need those so you can advance to that rank. Also, you have to be 18 by the time you finish it. So you can't be 19 unless you do varsity scouting.
Okay.
Which I think that goes to 21.
Wow, okay. Well, that's so cool. And that's such an accomplishment after you finish every level, right?
It really helps out your resume as well.
Oh, no kidding, it sure does.
Yes, it shows that you don't quit.
That's right. All right, so maybe not pushing that all the way down might be a good thing.
Yeah.
There you go. Now shut the machine off before you go. Perfect. This guy's got it going on over here. Got it all figured out. It's stuck. Turn it off the machine gun. Turn it off before you pull it out. The joys of electronics, right?
The cheese got stuck. No, not that cheese.
Yeah, that's okay. That happens. That's all right. We'll just put that on top of it, and it will be just perfect. So there we go. Should be fine right now. There we go. Let's try this again. We do not want to buy another food processor. That's what we don't want to do. All right, sir.
All right.
I think we're good to go. Put that in. Wait, don't turn the machine on yet. Wait till the cheese goes in there, then turn it on. Perfect. We'll turn it back off. Pull it up. Until it gets in there. See, that's how it sticks. Here we go. Oops. Yeah. I'll give you a badge after we finish this, right?
Yeah, I need my cooking.
You do.
Yes, that's actually quite evil required.
Is that right?
Yes.
All right, let's see if this works. No, still no. There we go. Perfect. Yep. There we go. Keep going. Yep. Nice to jam up in there, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right. That's A-okay. We can make it work. I've been cooking since I was in 7th grade.
I actually just said it was safe.
Aha. We'll just leave that. We're leaving that. Hooray. All right, sir. So you know what we're going to do now is we are going to use a little salt. And we're going to use a little pepper. Perfect. And you ground that perfectly. And now we're going to put some cheese on there. So let's make sure you get all different kinds of cheese on every layer. Because we'll just be doing a couple layers, okay? You can stick your hand in there and put it on there if you feel comfortable doing that. I wish I could show you guys what the ice cream looks like right now. It's beautiful. And you could actually have it be like soft serve and serve it like this. Obviously, we can't do that here right now. Yeah, let's get a little bit of that cheddar in there, that darker yellow cheddar in there, huh, Matt? But it is just mounting up beautifully. It's so pink and pretty. And the berries are just right in there. So I actually think that this is getting to be about done. Perfect. All right. So Dylan, let's put that down and take that from you. And why don't you come over here on the other side of me, and I will give you. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? What would you describe that looks like?
Probably one of the best looking homemade ice creams I've ever had.
I mean, he's a killer, right? Yeah, he's got it all going on. Okay, so you're gonna put this in slowly, okay? You're just gonna put it right in there, slowly, because you want it to mix it, you want to get it all mixed up, all right? As you can see, it's churning away, it's so good. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna do another layer here. You good with that?
Yes.
All right. Good, we'll let that process for a little bit. So I asked Dylan if he was interested in putting pistachios in there too, and he was not, which is okay. That's okay.
Pistachio. I like normal pistachios, but pistachios and ice cream.
Yeah? Okay. All right, so let's another layer of cheese, and I will stop this machine. Oh my gosh, those chips are like right there. Maybe I'll wait another few minutes and make sure that those chips get a little bit more incorporated. So kind of the surprise about this too, about the mac and cheese, is we're going to put the milk in at the end. And one of the reasons why I chose a glass clear dish like this is so we could see when we put the milk in, and it's going to look so cool.
You think we need more cheese?
We're going to do another layer, so we're going to do another layer of noodles, and then we'll do the rest of the cheese on top of that. Okay, so go ahead and, you know what, just for the fun of it, I'm going to add a little garlic powder. Why not, right?
Yes.
And since this is kid-friendly, we're not going to use nutmeg or anything like that. Nothing fancy.
Yeah.
So I'm using a little bit of the whipping cream that I have left from the ice cream, and I'm going to combine that with a little milk. Now, obviously, a lot of people make a roux. I don't think you need to do it, as I mentioned earlier, and so I am just going to pour this in my measuring cup so I can get it mixed up. I may not use all of this milk, but I want to be generous, right? I'm definitely going to be using all of the cream, right? Because why not? Why not?
Cream is good.
Right? Oh, that looks scrumptious, doesn't it? Let's do a little bit more salt, and a little bit of pepper, yeah? All right, and you know what? I think you're going to be able to tell that freshly ground pepper on there. It's really going to, you're really going to notice that we just ground it. It's like when when a grown-up drinks coffee, and they grind their own beans, it's much more fresh and flavorful. So I'm going to shut this off, and I am going to go ahead and put the rest of that on there, Dylan. I'm going to move this. Oh, we didn't pat it with the butter, but you know what? I will do that now. I meant to tell you, it's my bad to put the butter in between the layers, but that's okay. This will all sink down in there, right?
Yes.
And I'm using that rich Kerrygold butter. Yum, yum.
This is good.
I know, doesn't it?
Yeah. Can't wait to eat.
The best mac and cheese you'll ever have. Here at my house anyway, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. This is kind of tricky if we get it too full, right? You can just put it in the sink, honey, that's fine. So this is the really cool part. So you're going to tell me when you see the milk rising to the top
That's
of
cool.
the dish.
It just like fills in the little
It just
cracks.
fills in. That's why we should have put the butter in there, but that's fine. Lisa forgot. Chef Lisa forgot. So how far are we up on that, Dylan?
Probably a third.
Just a third, really?
Yeah, like a third, almost a half.
Okay.
Probably
telling me.
over half now.
Over half now?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me when it kind of gets up to the top. Before it gets to the top, right before. So we used more milk than I thought we were going to, guys.
It's at the top.
Okay, perfect. Let Dylan be my guide for that. And doesn't that look spectacular? So what we're going to do is we're going to put that in right now for just a few minutes. We're going to let that milk absorb. I wonder if we should put some panko on there. Do you think? Do you like a crunchy topping on there?
Yeah, I just like
Eh?
it.
Let me do a little corner for me, okay? Okay, hold on. I will do just a little panko corner for me. So these are Japanese breadcrumbs, and they're used in place of like regular breadcrumbs that you buy that you make, right? And you know, if you guys are with me this week, I did make homemade croutons, which I still have right over here. So I'm just going to put this right here on this side, just in a little spot. Okay, Dylan, do you want to very carefully lift up that dish and bring it over here? And let me pull this out for you, and you can just set it right in the center there. Perfect. That's perfect. All right. So we're gonna watch that milk just evaporate in there, okay? And it's gonna get all sucked up in that macaroni. And that's why you didn't want to overcook the macaroni at the beginning, right?
Yes.
Okay, super. So we'll put these in the sink to wash. But let's get our ice cream. So, you know, I wouldn't be a really good host if I didn't let you taste this right now, right? Instead of waiting till dessert tonight. So let me grab you a spoon. There you go. Oh my gosh, dig in. The final taste test, huh?
Oh, those white chocolate chips add a lot to it.
They do. You like those? Nice and crunchy.
Oh, they're good.
Okay, that's super. So here's a fresh spoon if you want another one, because we don't want to contaminate it by putting your spoon back in there, right? Because it was in your mouth. Perfect. Make sure you get those white chocolate chips on there too. Want to make sure it gets a good flavor for this. So we are going to put this in another container.
Very good.
Ah, yay! Hooray! We did it, right? Super simple. Actually, I'm going to use this container, which is a great Tupperware container I've had for at least 100 years. You know how I like to say that. And we're just going to remove, she says carefully, remove this portion. And I'm just going to move it over here so I can easily take it off and pop this in the freezer. Okay. And then it'll get harder. I mean, obviously, you guys can see this. Jenny, hi. Thank you for tuning in. Are you going to make this ice cream now? Oh my gosh. You have to. You have to do it. Do you have an ice cream maker? Give me a thumbs up if you do, Jenny. So this is awesome. Hasn't my sous chef Dylan been great? Yay, yay. So any questions? If anything, we're gonna let the macaroni bake. We won't be able to taste that on camera, but we'll shoot a picture afterwards, and so you can see how brown and beautiful it turned out. And we appreciate you watching. And tell your friends to watch 5 Salted Lemons. I love you guys. Thanks for everything, and we'll see you soon. Have a great night. Say bye, Dylan.
Bye.
See you guys.